15? Okay, cool. Yo, stay open-minded. Very simple, basic, superficial thing to say, but truly, you never know where life is gonna take you. Honestly, like I'm randomly in some like situation that's really weird, but also very coincidental, and it's a very high interpretation. It's a very dramatic interpretation, but yet real, nonetheless. And it's to the real. It's to the point, and it's very direct, and very much so my present day, just random shit. And it's so important to stay open because when these things happen, you don't get overly attached to it staying there, right? And it speaks to a point that I made before, where I don't make things as permanent anymore, and attaching some like deep philosophical belief to just one experience and basing that one experience on what my entire life consists of as a whole. Um, Anytime I do that, life has a way of injecting some random ingredient into my life that's just like, whoa, okay. And at first I would be like, whoa, what the fuck? Hold on, let me try to get control of this shit. Now it's more so like, whoa, this is interesting. You know, different connotation to it. Totally different tone, no pun intended. But I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, I would have never expected this shit. I would have never saw this shit coming. But let's see where it goes, you know? Let's just see what happens. It really is like a suspension of belief, you know, truly. And that being like a real statement in and of itself is random and weird. That actually like being the thing to where it's like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to come from this shit, but fuck it, here we go. There is magic in that moment. I mean, just not too long ago, let me stop shaking my leg because it's making the camera shake. I want to give y'all vertigo. But when I first arrived on this scene, it was a scene out of a horror show. At least in my interpretation or my ambitious nature, made me look at it that way, like a problem that I can solve, you know, that I have an answer to this question. And I sort of caught up in a moment, you know, not really having the foresight, you know, to see what it was going to become. And now that it's here, I'm on a tangent all within it, analyzing a dream or the manifestation of a dream of some sort, some concocted version of like random moments in my life, an amalgamation of my entire life story into like this weird kaleidoscope visual. It's some real high shit, like I said earlier, but it's also like real shit. So what happens when high shit meets real shit? That's what this shit is. That's what this whole existence is. Some like psychedelic shit, you know? It takes different forms. Sometimes it's like this form where it's like really raw and uncut and like straight to the point. But then at other moments it takes a more poetic tone where my words are very deliberately chosen. That's not what it is now in this moment. Now it's just like, oh, this that shit right here, or blank curse word, blank, you know, type of vibe. I once found myself speechless. Now I find myself like staring off into the open distance, like observing what's observing me back, saying things backwards and being okay with it, being okay with imperfection, but not being okay with mediocrity. Whatever the fuck that means. Gazing out into the nothingness. And the nothingness that is within every person I come across, within every moment I feel inspired to speak or act in a way that I don't have much say-so in it. I only have my reflection of it after it's done. It's a constant, expansive, elusive happening and pattern, but yet the pattern is like has the similar theme, but it's still telling or is using different levels. You know how they say different levels, new devils, etc., etc. It's what this is. It's what this is. Just not. It's not a darkness to it though. It's more of like a grounding kind of vibe. 6 minutes. Still shaking my leg. It's one of leg shaking is actually one of the either like shit like shaking my leg a lot or being absolutely still is one of these signals that the channel is turned on or a certain frequency is provoked. But it's not anything I see outside of what's being given to me and what I believe is being given to me by God. So it's not random to me personally. However, in the context of just how we use the word random, it is. Or I can't I don't want to be dismissive of the interpretation being random. Very much so could be. I always say either one is completely spot on or they're absolutely batshit delusional when it comes to moments like this, and specifically documented moments like this. Today was like, I'm still like flowing down a lake. Like I'm just flowing right now. And my reflection is not so methodical. It's not so robotic and like organized. But yet, the wherewithal to get things organized and to get things methodical if need be is available very clearly, very distinctly within this stream, within this flow of thought and way of being. Let's keep flowing.